Hello, this is Henry Martin, the City during New York 2020, and welcome to another Minecraft video where we tour some two cities in the heart of Heroville and Heropolis. It's been more than since quietly about 3 months since the last Minecraft video I did a tour on Heroville and Heropolis. And I've been working on two cities for a very long time, for weeks and for months and for days, all 24 hours or up to 48 hours while working. So I decided to make this video on the last day of April to show you guys the updates and the progress of the city I've been working on. Now this maybe marks 1 year, 1 to 2 years since I started building Heroville, and just we're approaching the 1 year mark of when I first started building Heropolis of the skyscraper city. And here we are back here in Heroville. Well, this is gonna be a very different video because I will be touring Heroville and then later in Heropolis. So let's begin with the tour. Now, there's one thing change I've been doing ever since about 2 years ago. Well, remember the video just before some chunks distance, just before the updates? Well, turns out, if you look at the previous videos, you can see there's nothing else in the distance because all foggy and all blurry, that it doesn't help me much to tell where I was going. So I decided to just make an edit to the distance of Minecraft Pocket Edition and to give you guys this view. Yep, I just increased the mouse and chunk size, and this is how the aerial view of Heroville looks like. This is the town. This is the town area. Will soon to become home to small high rises. Sooner or later, Heroville will be known as a secondary city here, with high, small high rises all over the city. And on the left side, you can see the houses are all fully progress. There's three schools, and the ongoing progress of the left side. Just before I can work on the right side of the residential area, just before the city area. The one thing that changes during the few months since the beginning of this year is that I started building new road layouts across the residential area before I can decide to connect the roads of the town city area. So I can try to make it a pattern to see for for strip malls, for supermarkets, super stores, and even some retail stores all over the city. So, this is why I decided to increase the amounts of distance the chunks to see what it looks like from above. And this here is the town area, which is all fully progress. Houses been made, and the residential is quite going well smoothly. All white roofs, including schools surrounding it. Now, before we get started with the details, let's go over the changes and updates what you see. Now, as we go up above, this is the area above. This is where the spruce wood houses will go. Then we get the terracotta houses next. And as for the second row for the terracotta we just built. And the third row, I haven't got an idea what I should do for the third row of the residential area. What my plan is to have 5 layers or 7 layers of houses from each parts of the residential area unit. And this is probably like the biggest challenge for me because this is going to be a very humongous build, and it's gonna be take forever. And as you can see, this is a pattern of where the new houses go. And as you can see now, the construction of the spruce houses and the layouts of the backyards and the parks foundations are starting to go very well. Well, it took me weeks and days to fill up all the lines and all the holes for with smooth stone blocks. And just before that, I'm about to dig out the road layers, fill up with gray concrete, and then later I started to figure out what I should do, what park designs, what I was about to make. Now this is the pattern of the four parks surrounding this left side of the residential area, and we maybe do some more expanding if we could have some retail stores right next to the residential area. And while during building the residential area, I decided to try to do some road expansion. So this is how the area of the road expansion looks like. It's gonna be very big, and it's gonna have a more more stores, more like apartments, and some retail stores, department stores. Anyway, let's now that we're done with the right side, gotta go to the right side. And as you can see now, I'm flying very slow because whenever I increase the distance country, it's gonna cause major problems for my speed. So I decided to use the potion of swiftness to try to speed things up. Now this is like a very pattern. You see, a plus shape for the parks and an X shape for the schools, and then will be a pattern so on. It was like it, just like what I said in the last video. The middle for the schools, next to two parks next to each other, and, and excuse, excuse me, bless me. Okay, so as I said, schools in the middle of the residential area and parks next to it, and then we later have retail stores next to the parks as well. And if we fly over here, we can see the Junglewood houses are all fully completed. This is only the first phase of the Junglewood houses. Now, once I'm done building the left side, we can start building on the right side. This is going to be a very, very difficult challenge for me as I try to expand the residential area for more housing and more units so that people could work in stores and people to live in stores. This is going to be a very strong, difficult challenge because this world I built all by myself ever since I started rebuilding the city in miniature mode since 2 years ago when I switched to my new iPad Air. And as you can see now, everything over here it's all big and all holes for the foundations of the new houses. Now this is gonna be where the parks will be go. And it's gonna take a long time for me to fill up all the roads and all the buildings and all the houses. This is gonna be make a big challenge for me. So, what my details planned for this town area? Well, this is gonna be a very big town area because from now on I will about to have some like apartments, condos, and even some retail stores. I had to get some first high-rise buildings so that way the city won't even clash with the town area. And this is the back here. What I plan to do is, well, probably I had to make some plans on the back of the city area. It's gonna have like some small high-rise buildings, so that way it can turn into a secondary city. Well, ever since my previous city, I started building skyscrapers before. Eventually, I didn't save it and I didn't even transfer it just before I just lost my progress over here. So this town area had to make some changes to the downtown area of Heropolis, like moving the police station to have a front park of the town hall, and then later we can move expanding in the back so that way we can add some sort of small buildings and small high rises for skyscrapers to just to fill in. And now I think it's pretty much we're done here in Heroville for this video. Well, it's time for me. Well, now that you saw the distance and a massive aerial view of the town or the city, which you call it, it's time to go to Heropolis to see what the progress have been made. So, without further ado, I'll mine the chunks loading, and I'll see you guys in Heropolis in just a few moments. And here we are back in Heropolis. Now, there's a lot of changes going on in the big city area that I'm just made ever since I filled in the chunks area. Now, just before at the beginning of Heropolis, there's nothing much in the distance. But right now, if you take a look at this, you can see the distance right now. The skyscrapers in both sides are right here now. Now that the trunk layers are filled up, you can see the entire skyline view of the skyscraper area. Now no more distance foggy distance all around it anymore. So this is where it all started. So let's begin with the tour. Now since the last video I've been working on the road area, and as you can see now I finished completely expanding the road, which it will be expanding right over the distance as you can see here. Now before the expansion I will have to ignore the notification. Now ignore how to make the city even more bigger, to have more skyscrapers and re- more super talls, I had to make more roads to make a pattern. And as you can see now, these are the roads I've been digged up ever since I started working on it. And as you can see, there's a big row is all I dug all up. It took me almost days and weeks to try to memorize the pattern. So as you can see, each plot is added to divided to each one. As you can see, 20 plus 20 equal 20 plus 20 equals 40 plus 10 equals 50 plus 4 equals 54. That's 54 blocks that's 54 blocks long, and that will make it 12, 20, 12 blocks wide. That's right. That's right. 54 blocks long, 12 blocks wide. Now this is where the plan for the like some small townhouses and small row houses is as I just made. And here we are just in the back of the city hall. There's gonna make some new changes. You're gonna mind the glitch of the city, because this new lag I just trying to make is causing a lot of problems over here. Here, yep, there you go. No, no, there's not much going on here in the back area, but there's another project I've been going on. Now I added a new expansion to the back. Now this is the back area that I just been officially expanding. As what I'm gonna do is to have this area is gonna be have a massive park right in the back where we have some skyscrapers surrounded all around it. But as you may know, there's gonna everything is all 300 blocks long, and I added up because the errors the roads between the roads that I just wanted to continue expanding. And there I started finishing expanding on the right side. And as you can see now, everything is all filled up. Well, it's not much to finish yet because I had to fill in all the gray concrete inside of it, and then had to fill in more smooth stone blocks to make it the sidewalks even completed. The city is going to be very, very big. It's a very, very massive compared to my late previous city, Neo Beacon City, where the skyscraper city is. Now, if you may notice in the distance in the background, I added a latest addition to the skyline, which is a skyscraper made out of quartz and gray wool. Now, do you obviously recognize this design before? Well, this design came from TSMC's Quartz House number 1, which I decided to make it look taller. And as you can see, this is like a quartz skyscraper with some modernistic. That's why I made a modern skyscraper here in Heropolis. And with some small windows and some small walls, and this is the latest addition to the skyline of Heropolis. And right here, there's going to be more skyscrapers in the future later on in the coming months. As we approach 1 year since I started building Heropolis, with a massive big city around around the mega city. So I think that's it for this video for now on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be continuing more updates on the Hero City by the next couple months when the city, when some expansion and more buildings being even built. And I hope you do. So, that's all for now. This is Henry Martinez, FTW New York 2020, signing out.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more video contents on my channel. This has been a Henry Martinez FTW New York 2020 Universe Productions.